Hello, hello, everyone. Welcome to Chaos and Order, art by Susan Holt. That is me. Tonight is Wednesday Live. I'm going to check my tech over here. Today is October 30th. So tomorrow is Halloween. Oh, that's going to be a lot. Not that my husband and I do anything for Halloween. We really just kind of sit there and turn off all the lights and pretend we're not home. All right. Let me see if you can hear me on the sound. I think you can. All right, fantastic. Erica and Diane are here. Hello, hello, welcome, welcome. Good to see you. Okay, so tonight is October 30th, 2024. Welcome to Wednesday Live. Oh, Camille and Kim are here. Hello, hello. I'm going to be painting for you tonight, and I am really excited about it because it's not my typical style that I currently paint in, but it is helping me to kind of calm down my blood pressure, which is fantastic. So I'm just playing around in my studio and having a great time. Oh, we have a comment. My husband says that he wants all the candy. That's why we turn off all the lights. Yes. I don't look like this because I don't keep all the candy. I see Nikki is here. Hello, hello. So before we get too far into the show, I'm going to do a little bit of housekeeping. If you're watching live, thank you so much for being here, watching me live tonight. And if you are watching in replay, go ahead and put hashtag replay down in the comments for me. If you have any comments, if you have any questions, I should see them pop up on the screen, but while I'm painting, I might not. I do go back and watch these later, so I will answer you when I have a hot minute this evening, or probably more likely tomorrow for this show. If you see somebody named Chris Kurtz, that is my hubby. If he comments back to you, he will have most of the information and he will have it correct about 99.9% of the time. If I need to add a little bit, I will go back and do that again. Well, I see Jennifer is here. Hello, hello. I know she is kind of off-site for her regular viewing party, so she probably won't be commenting too much. Hi, hi, bestie. Welcome, welcome. So Chris is going to be my backup tonight, and then I will get to go see my bestie without y'all tonight. So that's going to be super fun. That's going to be later. So tonight, let's get started. First things first, I am going to show you a piece that is available. This is the monthly painting. And this is Sea Sprites, and it comes with its dot design card. If you are unfamiliar with the monthly painting here, that is the painting that you and I create together. You give me suggestions and I make the painting. We do one a month, and this is a little dot design card where you get to vote and pick the end design. As you can see, it was number 3. So this one is still available, and it is 12 by 12. It is acrylic on canvas, and it is $450 unframed. It will come ready to hang. If you would like me to frame it for you, I will absolutely do that. It'll take me longer to ship it, so if it is for a Christmas gift or other winter holiday gift this year, I will need some time to order the frame, get it to my house, and put it on. So if you want to order that for somebody that you love, just know that I'll need another week or 2 depending on shipping from the manufacturer for the frame if I cannot find one locally. Okay, so I'm going to turn the screen down towards the table, and ooh, sorry, I got something in my eye. And we are going to get started fixing up this painting. I've got it kind of at a place where it needs a little bit more stuff, and I know exactly what to do. Make sure I got it in the right camera position here for you. Well, that looks pretty good, doesn't it? Yeah. All right. All right, so this is my little painting. This is the top. This is 8 by 10. It's on a reused canvas. I didn't like what was on underneath it that I had painted years ago, so I painted over it with this beautiful pour painted background, and then I let it set and I let it cure so the paint in the back doesn't come off when I put this pattern on it, and then I penciled in and then outlined in black this Celtic knotwork design. So I am going to paint in all of these little half circles, quarter circles, and squares and rectangles in gold. And then I don't know if I want to paint the outside in gold or in black yet. So if you have suggestions, let me know. So I'm going to get my paint all ready over here. As I move the camera unnecessarily. Sorry about that. Get it put back together over there. So I do have this gold acrylic paint. A little dab on my yogurt container lid. I love reusing these little yogurt containers and their lids, or the big yogurt containers and their lids, for just about everything. The yogurt makes me happy. It's delicious. I put it in my smoothie every day, so I always have a plethora of these around. And they make wonderful little palettes. I can put this on a piece of paper that is a mid-tone gray if I'm mixing paints, if I'm mixing a color, or I can just use it on whatever background that I have it on. If I'm just putting paint together to use, like this tonight, that I'm just going to paint on a painting that I don't need to mix up. This is a tube of acrylic. I am unfamiliar with the brand. I got it up at the Arizona Artists Guild. We have a little store space in the guild where artists bring their supplies that they don't want anymore, and then they get sold there to the members at a lower price than you can find them in the stores, and it's pretty fantastic. I will shop there before I shop any of the art supply stores, but you do have to be a member to shop there and to get into the guild. So they're not open all the time, only when people are there, so it's a little hit or miss to get into. Okay, but I've got this at the consistency that I want it now. But this is an older tube of gold acrylic, so I'm really impressed with how good it still is. So that means it's a nice, good quality paint. And it's a paint I haven't heard of before. Daler Rowney, something. Anyhow, not one I am familiar with, but we're going to try it out tonight. So hopefully it works exactly like how I want it to. If it doesn't, I might pout a little bit. Ooh. So a friend of mine bought a bunch of my little bubble paintings last week, and I know I've been showing you the pictures of them this week. I did go back through on the bubble paintings and really kind of tweak and refine the shape of the highlights, and then I wanted the highlights to also have rainbow colors in them, because when I look at them, when I look at the little highlights and lowlights and places in bubbles, I see little rainbows in them. So I put rainbow colors where I see them in the bubble shapes. And a friend was over and bought 3 of them. 3 out of the 4. The 4th one was not ready to go yet, but they have called dibs on that one as well. If you are interested in any of the paintings that I create that have like an Arizona landscape, or the bubble paintings, or anything else, or Celtic knotwork stuff, anything else that I don't typically do at the moment, I will take commissions. So if you're looking for something for December holidays, now is kind of the latest you can commission me to make a painting for December holiday delivery. Because we need to talk design, we need to talk colors, we need to make sure it's gonna be the right shape and the right size, all that kind of stuff. And I want to take all of that stress away from you. So if you work with me on buying a painting, either one from stock or one that needs to be commissioned privately and worked on by both of us, you talking to me about it and me creating it, which is a commission, then this is the great time to get those done. Stress-free. I make it super simple for both of us, because honestly, I don't want to be stressed out about making art, and you don't want to get art that I was stressed out about making, and you don't want to be stressed out about art. So since I am the professional artist, I make it easy for you. I've done this. I've made commissions probably over 200 times. And if you want a stress-free holiday and a one-of-a-kind painting made just for you, just for your family, just for your loved ones, then I can absolutely do that. Or an ornament or some jewelry. If you don't want to talk to me, if you're one of those people who really likes to just shop by yourselves online, my website, www.saholtstudios, has all of my existing stock on it. So I get to tempt you with all the paintings and drawings and all the really gorgeous stuff. Jewelry, steampunk hats, vented hats, all the kind of fun things that I make. My insect mandalas, landscape paintings. So I tempt you with that before you get down to the ornaments. But they are there at the bottom. But I'm also a nice enough person to tell you that they are there, and you can just scroll past everything else if that's what you want. But if you want a painting, let me know. Absolutely, and let me know. If you want a drawing, let me know. If you're looking on my website and you're not quite sure of the colors, and you want or need a very specific color in your space, or for somebody else's space that you're buying for, we can get on a Zoom call real quick, and you can show me where you're thinking of putting it and what the colors are in the room, and then I can tell you yes or no and what would go best. You know, which painting of mine would fit the size requirement, fit the color need, all that kind of good stuff. Because I know what the colors look like online and I know what they look like in person. And I try to get them as close as possible. But everybody's computer screen is different. So even if they look great on my computer screen, they might not look super accurate on yours. And I want you to be happy with what I send you. So we'll make sure that everything looks good and goes with what you need it to. And Chris and Jennifer will tell you that I absolutely love matching colors. So if you need something matched very precisely, it is one of my favorite things to do. And I know some people think, oh, you know, I don't want to bother the artist. I heard somebody say that. One of the other artist friends I was at an art fair with a few years ago said that somebody had come into her booth and she was talking to this person and they bought a painting from her and they said, oh, I wish I had a twin. And she said, well, I can make one for you on a commission. And the person said, oh, no, I don't like to talk commissions with artists because I'm bothering them. No, 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 no. You are not bothering us. You are not bothering us at all. Please, 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 please commission us. Most of us love working on commissions because it's often things that we haven't thought of doing ourselves, or something that gets us out of a rut. And we also get to talk to you and get to know you, and I have friends that have started out as people who have commissioned me, and we just stay in touch, and we really have a good time together. So I'm going to go ahead and try this gold around the surround. If I don't like it, I will let it dry and then I will paint over it with black. And I can tell already that this outside is going to need a couple of coats because I have this watered down pretty good right now. So this will be the preliminary coat. Looked at it on the computer screen. It looks pretty posh. And I will work inside of these spaces of the knotwork itself, and I'll do some shading and some other line work or dot work. Really make it into an impressive little piece. I can tell my husband has come out of his studio because the cat is yelling at him. We've created a monster, by the way, with our cat. When we brought her home from the shelter, when I brought her home from the shelter, she was one of the behavior cats. We had to separate her from all the other cats because she just absolutely hated it there. And brought her home. And she took one look at my dogs and went, cool, I'm home. Took one look at my husband and said, oh, there's my person. We're now both her people. The dogs have since passed, so she is the only pet in the house, and she's loving every minute of it. And we have started playing with her once or twice a day with her fishing pole toy now that we have discovered her favorite way to play with it. She doesn't want to play with the lure at the end of the toy. She wants to play with either the stick itself or the string. And right now the string is her favorite part. So we're both real careful with her chewing on it so she doesn't swallow any part of it. And she only gets it while she's supervised. Because nobody needs an emergency vet bill. But she's a really good cat. She lets us know when something's up around the house. She's also a really good studio cat. Sometimes she'll just come in here and sit or lay at my feet while I'm creating and keep me company. So the next layer of paint after this dries, I'll definitely have to water it down a little less or a lot less, and that'll give it more of an opaque color, an opaqueness. And I'll hide all that stuff that's going on behind it. So yeah. I've shown a couple of pictures to you of that really deep red rose that I've been painting. That's been on my mind to do for a year or two now, probably a year. And I had done the pour painted background on it. And the more I work it, the more that background kind of recedes a bit, but it does give it a lot of texture from up underneath, which I love. So there's some shading in there that I would not have gotten otherwise. So I'm very happy with that. Got a couple parts that I'm still looking at tweaking and shading in a different way. So we'll see what happens. And I'm going to take it to my critique group and see what they have to say about it. If they're seeing the same things that I'm seeing with it. Which I'm sure they will. That's a good group. Okay, so there's that first layer of gold paint on the background. Let's see what happens when that dries. I like it so far. Blue and gold's always a really nice classic color theme. It is very Christmassy. Not necessarily this color blue. This on my computer screen, this blue looks a little darker than it is in real life, but that's okay. So this is my paint bottle that I have to put all of the leftover paint in when I use my not pour paintable acrylics, and this becomes a pourable acrylic. I do have water and I do have pour medium in there and a couple other things that I like to use for my pour paints. So I just stick it in there and shake it up. I've been using a lot of reds and blues lately. Shocking. Maybe not so shocking. The gold in here isn't going to do much except maybe give it a little sparkle. Okay. Set that off to the side. I will clean my palette up. Let's see, we have some comments on here that I missed. Oh, Faye is here. Hey, hey. And Ashley and Richard. Hi, everybody. So, yeah, that is what's going on in my studio. Let me wipe off my palette here. If I don't get most of the paint off my palette, by the time I get it to the sink, I have to take a spatula type scratcher to it. Faye says something looks like bread with dots of butter on it. You mean the Celtic knotwork painting that I'm working on? That's cute. Never thought of it that way. Look, if your bread is blue, you may have a mold problem. Yes, let me get the red rose painting and show you. Here's the red rose painting. It's 20 by 20. I'm thinking of making this dark shadow kind of come around this direction. And right here, I'm thinking of making it a little lighter. So those are the two areas that I see. So we'll see what the critique group says. We'll see what you guys say. And we will go from there. I think everything else is pretty good. I might make some of the white areas a super light pink, and just leave the white as kind of a really bright highlight. So I have some playing around to do on that painting. I see Stephanie is here. Hello, hello. So we'll see what happens with that painting. We'll see what happens with this little blue painting, the knotwork painting, and if you need me for commissions or to make an order for the holidays, you know where I am. You know where to find me. For those of you who are friends with me, you can just hit me up over on Messenger. You can shop my website. Whatever you want to do, I am perfectly happy with. And next week, we will be starting a new monthly painting. So join me at, I think it's going to be 4 p.m. Pacific. I don't know. There's a time change coming up and I haven't figured it out yet, but we will. So 5 p.m. Arizona Standard Time. We do have our own time zone. So half the year we're on Mountain, half the time we're on Pacific. So I know we're on Mountain right now. But join me 5 p.m. Arizona time and we'll start a new painting. That's going to be it for me tonight. Thank you all for joining me, and I hope to see you all soon. We'll talk to you later. Bye, everyone. Have a great weekend.